This is Tokyo, Japan. It's a nation built on technological success and the exportation of its ideas to the world. But the foundation of its empire is as old as Eastern civilization itself. Education and intellectual development are Japanese customs that have thrived throughout the ages. It's the unleashing of that dynamic combination which has made Japan a world giant. American football, of course, relatively new to Japan, is a game of power and speed. But another aspect that is often overlooked is the power of the mind. Case in point, the Denver Broncos. 3 out of the last 4 years, they've been the AFC's best, only one step away from winning it all. But each time, they have stumbled badly.
The mind responds to conditioning. Continued humiliation is negative conditioning. Like Pavlov's dogs, once conditioned, the response is always the same. The conclusion is simple. To reverse the condition, you must reverse the response.
With tongue firmly in cheek, we turn to Seattle. The absence of Kurt Warner and Steve Largent, 2 of the franchise's all-time best, has weighed heavily on their minds.
Separation anxiety causes one extreme depression. To overcome separation anxiety, one must replace that which has been lost.
That is the problem for Chuck Knox. He must summon a primetime performance out of what was once a supporting cast. Tonight, the curtain rises. From the Tokyo Dome in Tokyo, Japan, this is the 1990 American Bowl. It's the Denver Broncos against the Seattle Seahawks. For the second year in a row, the NFL brings American football to the Far East. And for the second year in a row, the Japanese fans have responded. We have a sellout crowd of over 50,000 who paid an average of $92 a ticket to see the Broncos and the Seahawks. And we are set to go from Tokyo, Japan, the second annual American Bowl. Line drive kick, and Carrington inside the 5. Back across the 20 to about the 24-yard line and no further. Average ticket, $92. But as Joe pointed out to all of us a couple of days ago, breakfast is $92, so maybe not a bad bargain. Second down and 3. Denver driving on the opening possession. Humphrey, a little misdirection play, got inside the 10 to the 9. First man to hit him, Robert Blackman, the rookie out of Baylor, who is starting tonight in place of Nesby Glasgow at free safety, at strong safety. 3rd and a yard, they go out of the eye with Humphrey behind Brett. Humphrey gets the call, pounds in there, and will be very close to the first down.
With 6 minutes and 43 seconds to go in the first quarter, if I'm a rookie and I'm going to play on Seattle's offense, and I'm only going to play the first quarter, I'm a little concerned right now that the coaches aren't going to get a chance to see what I can do.
Exactly. 4th and an inch. This drive has already consumed 13 plays. 4th and inches. The Broncos will go. Same lineup. Humphrey again. Boy, he was stacked up in the middle of that line. I don't know whether he got it or not. Seattle doesn't think so. Darren Miller, number 91, the middle linebacker, got there in a hurry. He's starting in place of David Wyman, who they expect to be a terrific performer in the new 4-3, and Seattle takes over. Four-man rush, including Mecklenburg, and Craig has to scramble. Running away from Simon Fletcher, who chased him out of bounds, but he has the first down after a 13-yard carry.
That's right. You get a new 4-year contract. You look for the first down marker, and you get out of bounds as quick as you can.
Out of Craig's hold. And Garcia hooks it wide. Flag is down. We'll check it out for you. It looked like Darren Carrington may have gotten a piece of the kicker.
Running in the kicker, 5 yards. First down.
And an automatic first down is the big part of that penalty. No.
5 yards.
No, running into
it used to be.
That's right. Running into the kicker is just a 5-yard penalty. Now you see Garcia is planted, and you just can't come around and hit him. That's Darren Carrington coming around the corner. He could claim he was blocked into him, but those pleas fall on deaf ears.
So Garcia will have a chance to redeem himself. It's going to be very difficult for him to unseat veteran Norm Johnson as the place kicker, but a lot of times these guys are trying to get the attention of another team. Now he'll have a shot from 39 yards. Hooked it again. So Garcia fails from 44 and then 39. Nobody on the board yet. 11:21 to go, first half. Didn't catch all of it. Somebody may have gotten a piece of that at the line of scrimmage. And both teams still tossing a shutout at each other in Tokyo. 5:25 to go in the half.
Welcome back to the Tokyo Dome. We're still scoreless in the first half. And the reason why, left side of your screen, Jeff Bryant, number 77, manages to get that big right paw in and knock down David Treadwell's attempt to put Denver up 3-0.
So with 5:25 to go in the first half, we are still scoreless from Tokyo in front of a sellout crowd here at the facility they call the Big Egg because of the way it's shaped.
Catchy. It's catchy.
It's basically a baseball stadium that they modify a little bit to play football in. Baseball is such a huge sport over here, but American football has really taken hold. And this will be Rick Donnelly, acquired as a Plan B free agent from Atlanta. Ruben Rodriguez, who was the punter last year, is holding out, and Donnelly was expected to be in a big battle with him anyway and has a real advantage now. Low snap. Donnelly's going to have to run the ball and now kick it. Vernon Turner is back. Great job by Donnelly to get rid of the football. There is a count.
It goes without saying you're going to have a lot of people downfield, but the important thing is that you don't give Denver the football back on your own 30-yard line. You get a chance to punt it over.
48-yard punt with the roll for Rick Donnelly, who led the NFL in 1987 with a 44-yard average.
Ineligible player downfield, 5 yards, fourth down.
Jim Tunney makes the call for us.
Donnelly gets to play shortstop. He manages to at least keep the ball in front of him. Then he has presence of mind to see what's going on. It's not, I better kick it. That's what they pay me to do. Does a nice job just to get it off. Or as coaches refer to it, the red area. That's where you spend a lot of time during the week putting in specific plays to take advantage of defenses.
Donnelly in trouble again. Just got that one off. Another flag is down. And a poor kick this time. We'll check out the flag. I think they're going to pick it up because the ball was partially blocked.
I also think that Toffenmeyer doesn't want to be a center.
Outfield has had a great camp, a very strong leg. Free agent out of Tennessee. Didn't get all of this one, and it's wide. So it's been a lousy night for kickers in Tokyo. Punters and place kickers. 18 seconds to go in the half. Backing them up. All right, Joe, this is the style of food that you will get over here. Hot dogs are not to be found. Noodles than anything else. And the crowds here who have come to love baseball are really catching on with football. Halftime statistics. Treadwell will try from 37 yards. And from inside 40, Treadwell is a virtual guarantee. Denver gets on the board first with 7:30 to go in the third quarter. The Broncos up 3-0. Bronco fans who have come a long way have finally seen their team get on the board. 3-0. Stopper with pretty good protection. Throws over the middle, tipped up in the air again. This is Brooks who picks it off. So for the second straight series, Stopper has had a ball tipped up in the air, and the Denver Bronco has come down with it. Kubiak trying to take advantage. Can't find anybody. Wants to go deep and does. Jackson, touchdown. Mark Jackson coming off a subpar year. And they're down at the 33-yard line. They have a chance to cut into that lead. As we start the fourth quarter. Harris, big hole, and he is dumped as he got to the 20-yard line. Really upended by Elliott Smith. Harris is 218, and Smith picked him up like he was a sack of potatoes. 2nd and 6. Stopper with time, goes the corner route. It's intercepted. Smith makes the grab. Elliott Smith looked like he was the one who was running the... Get to see a potential big-time player. He certainly was in college. Number 42, Chris Warren, in at running back. He put up some unbelievable numbers, but when he was at Ferrum College. And this is Warren with his first carry. Cuts it outside to the 40. Stayed on his feet, took 2 hits, and finally driven out of bounds by Scott Curtis. This guy, in 2 years, gained 4,583 all-purpose yards.
Does a nice job taking the handle. Little hesitation, step to the right. One thing he's really going to have to learn is to get that ball in the other hand. I mean, if you're going to carry the ball on the inside of your arm going left, you're going to cause more fumbles than you are applauds and pats on the back.
3-18. Sewell lost the ball. Picked up by Kallmeyer. Tom Kallmeyer recovers the fumble and gets it inside the Denver 40-yard line. Kallmeyer's played here 3 years in a row. Last year with the Rams, the year before played over here as a collegian. His mother is Japanese, of Japanese descent. She's getting to see this game for the first time.
And here he is, just being where you're supposed to be. Stay back, be your last line of defense. Ball gets stripped and knocked away. Pick it up and head on down the field. Does the right thing, picks up the fumble first before trying to run away with it.
And Joe Kane gets credit for stripping the ball. Stopper under some pressure, now rolling to his right. Got Clark in the end zone. Touchdown. Lewis Clark got between 2 defenders and pulled it down after the juggling act. Boy, the crowd here loves touchdowns no matter who scores them.
Clark going down the field. Now, what you don't see is Stauffer in a ton of trouble. Now he manages to get out and just hangs this one up. Clark doing an excellent job staying with the ball, even though he hits the ground hard. There's Stauffer scrambling around. He just sets and fires it.
36-yard touchdown pass, and now Teddy Garcia will try to add the point after, and does. And the Seahawks, with 4:14 to go in the game, have closed to within 3 points. Stauffer out of the shotgun. Here comes the blitz. And he wants it all. Edmonds! Bobby Joe Edmonds could not hold it at the goal line. Darren Carrington was right with him. Would have been a touchdown. Holy cow.
Denver decided they wanted to go after him and not lay back. Puts the ball exactly where you have to. That's a great throw by Kelly Stauffer. Right on the outside. Drops right in. Bobby Joe Edmonds can't hold on to it.
And Carrington had his heart in his mouth out of Northern Arizona, but he made the play.
Kelly Stauffer, knowing there's a lot of people coming, hangs it up. Does what every quarterback does, wants to see what's going on.
Stauffer's had 5 straight incompletions. He faces 3rd and 10 here. Intended for Obi, and he's got it at the 34-yard line. Terry Obi makes the catch. Darren Carrington was right there along with Brian McFadder, but Obi went up between them.
Now that's Denver's starting nickel, part of their starting nickel unit in. And Terry Obi, it's just a question of desire. I want the ball more than you want it. If there's anybody that's been most impressive tonight, Mike, it's Terry Obi. I think he's the one guy that has stood out in this game to me as a kick returner as well as a receiver. Terry just goes up, and he's not a big guy. Not by any stretch of the imagination, but he's making big plays.
It's a gain of 37 yards that puts the ball at the Denver 34-yard line with 10 seconds to go. And this brings up the dreaded thought of overtime.
That's not dreaded. It's football season. I mean, it's only 1:45 in the afternoon.
You're right. Plane doesn't leave till tomorrow morning. Where are we going? Denver trying to get closer. Obi had to be forced into motion by his teammates.
He's going to have to stop.
Stauffer with time, throws short and incomplete. Sandusky, touchdown inbounds, and the clock is running and the game's over. The stadium clock says 0. And here they're going to line up to try the field goal. And now the officials finally whistle a dead. Let's see if anybody got a timeout.
Time expired on the completed pass. Time expired. Game is over.
Sandusky did not get out of bounds, and nobody called timeout. And the game is over. It ends with a whimper instead of a bang.
Well, Sandusky going out to the right flat. Now, Stauffer just doesn't get anything on this ball at all. Winds up being a nice catch, but he doesn't get out of bounds. As long as he's touched in bounds, the clock continues to run. Now, the question is, really, that's an incomplete pass. But we're not going to go back and look at it and give him a chance. But this is an incompleted pass, but they ruled it a completion. Clock's running. Game over.
And then everybody sort of made the decision that he was out of bounds and the clock continued to run. Nobody called a timeout and the game's over. Quickly, Joe, your impressions of what we saw from Seattle and Denver tonight.
From Seattle, they've made a commitment to the 4-3. It looks like they're starting to get the penetration on the offenses they wanted. Defensively, I think Denver is going to be a better ball club. They've certainly got a lot of talent. And both Elway and Craig look very sharp for this early in the preseason.
Once again, our final score, the Denver Broncos 10, the Seattle Seahawks 7. ESPN's presentation of NFL football continues on Saturday, August 18th.